Hello, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel for more Zee World update. So the last update about Twist of Fate, Abhi beat Gautam for saying nonsense about Pragya, but Pragya got angry with Abhi and says that she is nothing to Abhi and Abhi is nothing to her. Let's continue. Pragya tells Sushma that you were concerned for my image and respect, but he had no reason and whoever has nothing to lose can do anything. Sushma asks if he would defeat your courage. Pragya says I am thinking much. Sushma says he cannot defeat you. Pragya says that if we threaten him or challenge him, then he will win. She says she cannot win from him by hurting his ego. Pragya says that there is 1% chance to defeat him and that is his middle name Prem, and he can be defeated by love, but I don't love him now. She says love can be his weakness, but not mine. She says I understand that he wants to trouble me and defeat me, but he couldn't see that he is nothing to me. She says I will show him what he couldn't see and says good night. Sushma thinks that whenever Pragya thinks of her past, she gets angry on her husband, but she gets sad inside and she thinks to undo Abhi somehow. Mitali asked Tanu to cut the vegetables at least. Tanu says I got to fetch water. Did I ask you to stand in the queue? Grandma asks Abhi that what happened to him seeing blood on his forehead. Mitali offers water. Abhi refused. Tanu says that he might have gotten drunk and fallen in some pit. That is why he got this injury. Mitali asks Abhi to say what happened to him. Abhi says that Tanu said it already. Grandma asks Aliyah to bring the first aid box. Aliyah says that there is no medicine or Dettol. Tanu says that wine works for the injury. Abhi asks her to bring it. Aliyah says you have to leave wine. Abhi says that he gets irritated with Tanu's talk. Aliyah says you have to leave drinking. Abhi says I have lost everything. Just one thing is remaining. He says grandma did not say and that is why he loves her a lot. Mitali brings Haldi lip. Tanu says that she would apply it. Grandma asks Tanu to sit and apply it slowly. Abhi thinks about Pragya and recalls his moment with her. He smiles looking at Tanu thinking that she is Pragya. He then gets up and asks that what is she doing. Tanu says you were smiling. He takes out his phone. Tanu finds the earring and asks Abhi if he has an affair with someone and asks him not to tell that it is of Pragya as she will not talk to him. The manager from the garage calls Sushma and she asks him to inform the insurance company to check the car. Sushma says that they have come to India a few days back and the insurance is expired. We'll get it done soon. The manager says that the car needs to be repaired and the expenses will be much. Sushma says that she had already paid the money and she asks that why does it need to be repaired. The manager says that the car is damaged after the accident and got many dents and also some parts need to be exchanged. Sushma says that your mechanic Abhi are taking the car. The manager says that he is not the mechanic, but my mechanic Sumit friend. Why will he drive your car? Sushma says okay. Abhi asks Tanu to find out with whom he was. Grandma asks really? Abhi signs her. Grandma says I would have understood if the earring was of Pragya. Mitali says affair is affair even if it is with Pragya and tells Abhi that that is wrong. Aliyah asks Tanu not to talk to her brother like that. Tanu says first wine bottle was found and now this earring and comment on Aliyah's married life. Aliyah gets upset and goes out. Tanu asks Abhi to tell about this girl and says that he has extramarital affair. Abhi says that he has no extramarital affair as though they stay in one house but their relationship is not of a husband and a wife. Tanu curses her destiny and says that it is ruined. Abhi asks her to make her destiny better and live from there. Tanu says that I will stay here with all the right and asks if she was Pragya. Abhi says no. Tanu says that if she is not Pragya, then she might be like her. Abhi says that she is like Pragya, but she is not her, and I get angry seeing her. Aliyah says that Sushma has come, maybe to get her brother arrested. Abhi gets shocked. Dida asks Ranbir and Sid to help Vikram sit. Vikram asks that they should call her. Ria asks shall I call Pallavi auntie? Pallavi comes there and asks him to say. The nurse asks them not to stand there. Vikram asks that who is she? She asks him to open his eyes. Vikram asks that where is Prachi? Call her. Ranbir says she is standing outside. Shall I call her here? Vikram says call her. Prachi comes inside. Vikram asks Prachi to come to him. Pallavi gets up. Prachi sits at Vikram's bedside. Vikram says Prachi, please return my son. She recalls Pallavi asking her to return her son, whom she has snatched. She says Vikram wants just his son and not you, and asks her to leave him. The flashback ends. Vikram says I couldn't say this to you, but today I gathered my courage and asking you to return my son. He says, you kept my son with you. We didn't say anything, but now I cannot live without him. He says, return my Ranbir. Ranbir tries to say something. Pallavi stops him and says that your dad is talking about you. You shall think about him now. Vikram folds his hand and says, return my son. Prachi says, your son is with you. He had gone away from you for some time, but he is always with you. Vikram thanks her. Pallavi thinks, thank God. Ranbir will be back now. She has agreed. She thinks that they have missed Ranbir very much. Vikram asks Pallavi to get Ranbir's room cleared. He tells Ranbir that now he shall not go anywhere and he will stay there. He says Prachi and you will stay here. Ranbir and Prachi get emotional hearing Vikram asking both of them to stay there. Vikram tells Dida that his son and daughter-in-law will stay in the house. Abhi says maybe Tanu did something. Tanu says I didn't do anything. Abhi says then why did she came? Sushma comes there and says, you have done my car accident. Abhi recalls meeting with an accident. Sushma says the car garage manager called and said about the accident. She says, I saw you driving the car. You did that accident. Abhi asks the manager why did he tell her. Should have get it repaired by Sumit. The manager asks why he went to deliver the car. Abhi says you have made your daughter as an angry person and says that he had gone to deliver the car as Sumit had to go somewhere. He says Pragya made me angry. Tanu asks what was he doing with Pragya. Abhi says he was in Pragya's car and was not with Pragya. She argues. Sushma says that she hasn't come here to hear their family drama and tells Abhi to pay 1,000 towards the car damage loss. They get shocked hearing the amount. Vikram tells Prachi that she is Ranbir's wife, so she will stay there. He asks Pallavi to get their room cleaned. Prachi says I will clean it myself. Pallavi gets upset. Ranbir says I will go and see my room. I love you, Dad. Vikram says I love you too. Pallavi angrily asks the nurse to call the doctor and inform him that Vikram got consciousness and asks him to check him. Dida thinks that Prachi has tears in her eyes. Pallavi has anger in her eyes and Vikram has happiness. She thinks that don't know what would happen and now Prachi will be handled. Prachi comes to the room and cries. Ranbir comes there and asks that what happened. He asks if this is the tears of happiness or afraid that you have to clean the room yourself. Prachi says that she is happy that they have returned to his home, to his ma and papa. He asks why she got tensed. Prachi says that she was tensed when his dad asked her to leave his son. She thought that he just wants him, but when he asked them to get the room clean for them, then she was relieved. She says that if the suspense would have continued, then I would have died. Ranbir says we will be together always. Prachi says everything is perfect as we came to our house with our family. She says when Dad called me his daughter-in-law, I felt happy. Ranbir says even me, says that he is getting the feeling from the inside that everything will be fine. He hugs her. Grandma comes there and asks if they need help. She teases him. Ranbir is happy. Dida says she has stopped talking since he went. She says she missed him. Ranbir says even I. Prachi and Ranbir hug Grandma. Sushma asks the manager and Abhi to either pay the damage or go to jail. She says the police is standing out and I asked him to arrest you both. She thinks if he is inside, then can't trouble Pragya. Aliyah says that her brother did not do it intentionally. Sushma says but he did that accident. Abhi says accident happened due to that guy. Tanu asks who was with Pragya. Sushma says that she came here to cover the loss and not to hear their family drama. The manager says I was unaware that Abhi took the car. Sushma says that she doesn't want to hear. The manager agrees to give the 1,000 check in the morning. Sushma goes. Abhi thanks the manager and says I will not forget your favor. The manager says I haven't done any favor on you and says that he shall pay the interest and the principal amount to him every month. Mitali says even you was about to go to jail. The manager says if I go to jail, then I will be out on bail. But do you have money for bail? Tanu says from where will we get money? We are already in debt. Mitali says at least we came to know that the earring was of Pragya. Pragya thinks that why did I drink this lemon water? It seems to be like alcohol. She thinks of Abhi. Her inner self comes in front of her and asks her what happened to her. If it means nothing to her, then why did she get disturbed and affected by his presence? She says you tell him that you are not his wife, but get jealous hearing Tanu's name. Pragya says she is not jealous. Her inner self says that you have come here to take revenge, but whenever you fought with him, either due to Tanu or for property, she says she cannot take revenge from him. Pragya says she is still angry with him. Her inner self says that you might tell him that you are changed, but you are still the same Pragya, and he can change you whenever you want. She says when you pushed him, it was your arrogance. Pragya says that his love will win in front of your arrogance. She says when you had gone to his home after marriage, he did not think you as anything, but things changed. She says his love will win from your arrogance. She says if you slap him, then he will forward his other cheek, as he is sure that his Pragya will touch his cheek and will hug him. She says you are still the same and still thinks about him. Pragya regrets to love Abhi like mad, who has no feelings for her. She says she wants to ask him, why did they tell that she is inauspicious for him? And why did they ask him to leave? Why did they ask me to die? Her inner self says that the guy wants to kill you. Why he wants to save you? She says he saved you in the Mera mansion and had beaten Gotham when he was with you. She says he has saved you many times. He loves you and he will love you always. Abhi thinks that he is sure that Pragya has sent the manager and Sushma auntie here, as she can't do it herself. Tanu asks Abhi if he fought with the guy who was with Pragya and asks if he was jealous. Abhi says I will leave. Tanu asks him to face the truth. Abhi thinks if Tanu is saying the right thing, that I have beaten that guy, as I couldn't see him with Pragya. He then thinks that why is he thinking about Pragya, who had sent the police to get him arrested. He thinks that why is she doing this? She never answered me. Abhi thinks that Tanu is right. The more I run away from the truth, it will trouble me more. He calls Pragya and says that I have done wrong with that guy and feels apologetic. Pragya asks him to answer her, which happened 2 years before. She says you answer me and we will get the clarity. Abhi says you did not want to talk about the past. He asks her to ask. Pragya asks, why did you save me from that guy? Abhi says that he was talking bad about you. Pragya says when you saved me today, then why did you? Sushma comes there and says I had gone to Abhi's home. Pragya asks why. Abhi says I respected Sushma as she supported you since 2 years. Sushma takes the call and asks Abhi not to call her daughter. She ends the call. Abhi calls Pragya and finds his battery low. Pragya asks why did you take the police? Sushma asks even you are taking the police before. Pragya says that that was a different thing. Sushma says that Abhi did the accident and the car is in a bad shape. Pragya asks if Abhi is hurt and Sushma was shocked. Thank you for watching my video. Please don't forget to share my video, like it and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.